All right, I'm gonna make a much more concise, much more, a little bit of a better video. I made a video on this, but I wanted to make another one, just explaining a little bit more of some of the things that I've seen myself. So, here's a video that we saw yesterday that is trending all over South Africa.
You EFF kaffer.
EFF cover. Oh, okay, that's not nice. What the fuck? That is not nice. In 2023, we're still dealing with racism.
So, and this is what the EFF did about it.
Aye, Alanzi, wapiwe. Utala chava.
So, want to say shout out to the EFF for doing such a commendable thing. We respected the fighters of the country. We know this. This is common knowledge. We know that should anything happen, the EFF are willing to fight for black people and rights and stuff like that. We know this, and they didn't disappoint. So shout out, and we are grateful for that as well. So here's the thing. What do we do now? What do we say now? How do we move on? The Springboks just won the World Cup. It literally, has been a couple of days. I'm sure Willemse is still having a babalas from it. And we are already having such a big moment as well. Um, which this guy, I mean, the worst target of all time. You're picking the South African YouTuber on the rise. I mean, I'm talking about the best YouTuber for the past 3 months, probably the fastest growing YouTuber for the past 3 months. Ovi or Sonabili. I know him as Ovi because I've known him for a little bit longer than a lot of people. So, man, just a sad video, a sad thing to see, very depressing. Let me show you another video as well.
Downright uncomfortable on the subject of interracial dating.
Most parents prohibit or warn their kids against dating other races.
Why?
I don't actually know, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, most of apartheid, and because it's other race.
For me, it looks kind of unnatural because when you look at Adam and Eve, they're both white. You don't see Adam black and Eve white.
It's just a certain mindset that we've acquired in these years that we've lived. Actually, it's kind of depressing. Actually,
I haven't been attracted physically to a person from a different race. I'm gonna be honest.
If you had a situation where you liked someone of the other race, you won't get past your parents. I won't get past my parents, I can tell you that.
A generation away.
So these kids being so young, they're really being taught that don't date black people. They're saying even if I found someone attractive, the one boy said, I haven't found anybody of the other race particularly attractive. I have. I haven't found somebody of the other race particularly attractive, and um, I'm trying to be lighthearted about it, but it's a bad situation. Um, but if I did, my parents, I wouldn't get it past my parents. My parents literally wouldn't let me breathe about it. And that's the sad part. And the one kid who said it's honestly depressing, that's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, to say that it's weird, you don't know the dynamic of it, you don't know how it works and stuff like that. It's absolutely fine, mate, and you have your own preference. I won't judge you on your preference. But to say that it shows that what they're being taught in the household, and that is the question. Who do we look at? Do we look at this kid alone, for saying this thing, or do we look at the entire household? Do you hold the entire household responsible? I'm gonna say let's hold the entire household responsible because for him to say such a thing comfortably, and I mean comfortably, bro, it has to be something that is not a big deal in the house. If it was a big deal and he said it, he would have been a bit shaky himself. He wouldn't have said it that comfortably. You know, he literally just saw a black guy wearing a red hat. It didn't even say EFF. It was a red hat saying nothing. And he said, "Yeah, you EFF K word," because he's wearing a red hat and he's a black man. So Nabila literally did nothing. He didn't say anything bad. He didn't, he didn't. He literally did nothing to provoke that reaction from that guy. And that was that was his reaction to seeing a black man wearing a red hat. So obviously this is a problem, man. Within the household, this is something that they talk about a lot. For him to be comfortable to say such a thing, and I know he's not a small kid, but for him to be that comfortable, it shows that it's something within the household that is being spoken about a lot in a unbothered manner. It's like, yeah, these black guys and stuff like that, and yeah, man, it hurts to see. But we want a solution. We want a solution. Well, when we come to my channel, we want a solution. We want a fix it. So I remember there was a time I had a white friend, right? So I used to live in this complex. Nice complex. You don't live there anymore. Nice complex. And I literally said to my mom, I want friends. Like, I felt like I didn't have friends outside of school. And the friends at school annoyed me. I've always been like kind of like a guy who, didn't really, gel with the other guys. I never have, and maybe never will. I don't know. Maybe I'll develop. I don't know. And my mom literally, we arrived home and we saw these guys. And my mom literally approached this guy's mom and said, can they be friends? As simple as that. And she agreed, and we started being friends from there on. He had 2 younger brothers, twins, and it was an amazing friendship. I enjoyed it, man. There was good days, and yeah, man, it was fun. A lot of times it was fun. And yeah, here's where the problems occurred to me, when we got older. And there's something that he said that really, kind of seeped it into my like being, that this is unavoidable. He said, I think you were saying something. It was like always about my skin color, like, oh, the dogs here, oh, the dogs here, ish, they don't like, I think they don't like black people, like literally, my nigga, you could have said, like, they don't know you, that's why they don't like you. It's as simple as that. They don't know you, that's why they don't like you. It's as simple as that. These are dogs, my guy, dogs. But it was like, I think they don't like black people because that was my okay. I wanted to go like home right immediately, and then there was another moment um where he said, yeah, but you are my brother, even though like you're a different skin color or stuff like that. And I was like, okay. It hurt to see that he learned about the differences between us. And I'm not saying his parents taught him that, because I knew his mom as G, okay, and I knew his grandparents G's, man. But the maybe his friends at school, maybe, but I felt like we never ever spoke about the differences in our color. Never, like literally, it was never a thing for our whole childhood. We never spoke about it. It was never a thing. And then we were separated by life for a couple of years, and now the dogs don't like me because of my skin color, not because they don't know me. How is that the first thing on your mind? Maybe they don't like you because of your skin color. That's the thing. Even if it isn't direct, it is still like there. It's still like in the subliminal tones. It's still there. It's like under the surface, and everybody's always sitting on the fence. You know, everybody's always sitting on the fence. We as black people as well, we're always like waiting. We're like, when are you gonna say what you wanna say, my nigga? And white people, I'm sure they also think the same thing as well. It's like everyone is always sitting on the fence in this anticipation of like, whoa, 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 hey, 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 what you trying to do? What you trying to do, huh? Everyone is always sitting on the fence, and I'm scared. You know, that moment and that strike showed that this is what might happen even more in the future at a worse scale. You know, much worse, bro. It showed that they might just be like a thing brewing under the surface of like everyone is always sitting on the fence, and you know, might have one nigga just like, nah, I'm no longer sitting on the fence anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, and then it becomes a chaos. But honestly, I'm a ambassador of peace. I don't know how it can be reached. I don't know, but eventually that's what everybody wants. That's what I want. And yeah, man, I don't know what the solution is gonna be, but you're gonna have to find it, man, because they're saying it, bro. There's a yet.